Okay. Yeah, I know. I got another Derringer sitting out here on the table. I last night someone sent me a message and they said they were thinking about buying one of these Bond arms, and could I do a separate video just on this pistol? So this is for that feller. Okay, I hope this helps you. Um, I did another video, but it was not as in depth. Okay, now uh, there's several different ways of buying the Bond arms. I chose to start it off with what the heck did they call this? I don't remember. I can't see even with my glasses on. The what is this? The Rogue or something? I can't see that. Honey,
Go.
come here.
What?
What does this say right there? I can't even see it with my glasses. What's that say? Rough Rider? No. Rogue? Renegade?
Rough neck.
Roughneck. Roughneck. There you go. All right. Now, I've had this for quite a while. The difference between this and the other Bond arms is if you'll look how pretty and shiny all my barrels, well, these two barrels, not so much this one. See it? It's all rough. That's because this is the original barrel that came on there. The difference between this and the real fancy ones you see is probably about 250 bucks. All right. These are not all polished and made looking pretty, which I really didn't care about because, I mean, face it, my intended use was always going to be for a pocket pistol. All right. Operation on it is real simple. It opens up like this. When you have a rimmed cartridge, they give you the injector here, which works fairly good. Nothing to brag about, but it works really good. Now, the thing they don't tell you, or really, let me pop that open. When you cock this, all right, I don't know if I can even get in there, but you'll see it right here, okay? I mean, see that little gap? Now watch. Now, when you bring it back, yeah, it's really terrible. See, it's farther forward, if you can see it, right? Now, how you figure out which barrel you're on is once you get it like that, all right? And got it in the fire, all right. Then what you do is pull your trigger, push it forward, and you can feel the bottom nipple. So when that thing is forward, you're firing the bottom chamber. Then when it goes back, that's the back chamber. The most important thing to understand about this Bond Arms pistol is it does not fire like a normal pistol. If you try to pull this from up here, it's a downward and back motion. And it fires good, and the trigger pull is not that bad. I'd probably say 10, 12 pounds. Safety on it's just a bar safety. All right. Now I know you think I'm wandering, but no, I just wanted you to get the operation. It's it's pretty good. Uh, the reason I chose the Rough Rider, like she said, was because it was cheaper. It was always going to be a pocket pistol. The fit and finish is pretty much it. Now, when you buy it, you can buy it in several calibers. Okay, the Rough Rider. I remember they had the 45. I think it had a 38. And the 38s would be right here, and the 9mm. Now, anybody that really knows me knows that even though I do have a lot of firearms, 9mm is my go-to round. All right, absolutely my go-to. And the reason for that is because I've outfitted my entire family. There's a few of us with 9mm pistols, and that's the caliber I chose. Just WROL, without rule of law. All right, just in case. All right, so the first thing that when it comes with this little short 2.5-inch barrel. Okay, now instantly I ordered the 45 long Colt 410 barrel because that's what I intended on shooting it with, right? Now, this barrel, the shorter barrel, is absolutely great with buckshot. All right. I live in East Texas. We have snakes. All right. But I don't want to practice with these puppies, the long colt. The reason for that is very simple. They're expensive. 75 bucks, I think it was, for the last box of 50. I have some hollow points over there. They're even more pricey. But so if I go out in the backyard, I put this barrel on it, well, backyard. I got a little bit of land back there. I put this on it, okay? And it's great for snakes. Now, the 45, I generally, when I pocket carry it, I'm carrying these Hornady defense things. What this is a 41 caliber slug, followed directly by two 35 caliber round balls. Now, because it's a short barrel, I mean, you're not getting this maximum velocity, but I guarantee you, from across the room, say 15 feet, yeah, you're going to put 3 holes in someone's chest. People talk about, the accuracy on it, right? Well, when I go to the range, I, have the 3-inch. I ordered the 3-inch barrel to shoot the 9 millimeters out of and to practice. And with a little bit of practice on it, the sight picture's not the greatest in the world, right? There's a notch right here, if you can see it. And that lines up. You want this protruding just a touch above that inside these notches when you're shooting for about 15 yards. And yeah, you can hit a beer can with it or a pop can, whatever you're drinking. And I can do that with the 45 and I can do it with the 9 millimeter. So accuracy it's not what people think. It's actually pretty good. The trigger pull, like I discussed, that down and back, I used to just sit there and I would practice this. If you see what my finger is doing, see it? Okay. And safety, you can pop it off in the pocket. Now, I always was going for concealed carry. Okay. So it came with the rubber grips. I got them somewhere, couldn't find it. These were not actually, I think this was like the 3rd or 4th pair of grips that I bought for it. Let me see here. The first pair of grips I bought was this. It had these big bumps right here on it, and it's a massive handle, all right? And to put it in the pocket, it just was not working, okay? So I was like, all right, let me try something else. So, it printed too much. So I went out and bought these fancy ones here, all right? And if you'll see the groove right here? This is how far it sticks out beyond this barrel here. Like if you've ever had a bird's head revolver or just, see, that's thing sticking out there. Although it was okay to hold on to, it printed too much in the pocket. That's not what I wanted. All right. So what I ended up doing was buying these grips right here that are on it. Takes a little bit of practice. You get 2 fingers on it. With a 45, if you practice it a little bit, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a very heavy revolver. I'm not sure what the weight is on it, but it's pretty good. Now, in the pocket, when you stick your hand in your pocket, you can pop this off real easy. And I've done that a few times, in certain situations, right? Now, I always knew I was going to get 2 holsters so I could carry it 2 different ways. I started out with, my wife made me something that, but then I ordered this sticky thing, and I actually ordered it from Bond Arms. And the problem with this holster is it sat in the pocket real nice, and it didn't print. I sort of liked it, but it was hard to pull out of there. And if you can see this crease right here, when you put it in your pocket, this would happen. So I could not pull it out of my pocket. If I pulled it out of my pocket, the whole thing would come. So then what I did was I bought this off Etsy. I cannot remember the guy that I bought it off of there. But if you look at it, it was kind of like this. It was up here. So what I ended up having to do was I cut it down, then colored this with a marker. And the reason I did that is if you look, see it? It comes out now. All right. And it does not print in my pocket. It looks like I have a billfold up there. So that's how I carry that. Then I bought one of their belt holsters, which was a little bit too long for me, made it too large. So I cut it down. So when I go out in the backyard, I mean, I can do this with a 2.5 or 3-inch barrel, and I can put it on my waist if I absolutely want to. All right. But for a pocket pistol, it's great. Switching the barrels is as simple as, mine didn't come with this, okay? It did not come with it. So I called Bond Arms, and they sent it out for no cost. And swap the barrels is simple. You know, you just spin that out, put the other one on, and you're good to go. Now, the barrels I bought from a company called Bucksnort, believe it or not. Had no problem with them. They delivered rather rapidly. So this one is what it came with. Now, it was like $260. And if you look at the polished models, they're really expensive. But, you know, my wife calls me a cheap ass. I like to say I'm thrifty. I don't mind spending money, but not if I don't have to. And I don't care about this. The barrels came out highly polished. I don't know if I ordered them wrong or I don't know. But if you look at this one, it's only polished here, and then the rest of it's all rough, just like the rest of the pistol. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's in my pocket anyway. But I guarantee, once you've, I have some videos of me shooting this thing on my thing. You should probably, I think I have a couple shorts on there about it. I know I post a lot of junk. It doesn't matter. Just my opinions from day to day. But anyway, I cannot speak enough about this Bond Arms pistol. It is just absolutely really exceeded my expectations. But with a little bit of practice and getting used to it, that grip right there, you know, it's kind of, but remember that trigger pull, it's down and back, down and back. All right. Don't be a sissy. When you pull it and you're holding it like this, whoop, right there, right? Down and back, down and back. You can see me doing it. At first, when I got it, I went out to the backyard to shoot it. And I couldn't figure that out. It was really hard, right? And then I finally got into it and figured it out. Now, this thing right here, the trigger guard, I've tried it both ways, with and without. Right there, stick an Allen wrench in there, and it comes right off. It doesn't bother me, and quite frankly, I mean, I got 2 shots. If there's more than, I'm going to beat them to death, and that just gives me a good hold on it. But like I said, this is my backup. This is not a primary carry. When I carry this, I do carry this all by itself a lot of times, like if I'm running to the grocery store real quick, whatever. I've carried it to church. It's definitely in my pocket every time I go to church. And other than that, but I generally carry two pistols. And why do I carry two pistols? A pistol and this thing here, right, is just in case somebody comes up and gets my other pistol away from me, I can solve the problem real quick with this. Now, I figured that I got this and this barrel, all right, it was like 200 and, I don't know, let's say 270, $300 with tax. But I got this and a spare barrel because this is what it came with. So I got this and this barrel here for the price of what one of the polished up ones with the little nice, the big grip on it cost. All right. So that was an even cost. And then this 9mm barrel cost me another 150. I don't think it was that much, but let's go 150. So I'm all in pretty cheap. Does it look better with the other grips on it? I would say yes. But if your intention is like me, for deep concealment, carry in your pocket, you want to stay with these small grips. The reason I didn't leave the rubber factory grips on there, they were too tacky, made it too hard to get it out of my pocket. All right. Now, The firing pins are inside of here. So if you don't have this on, I mean, you'd really have to watch. You got to really push it forward anyway. All right. And it's not unless, the trigger would have to be pulled and then you do that, but it's not going to go forward. All right. And that is on fire. But yeah, I mean, with a little bit of practice, you can be quick with this. And you're going to put that stuff in a man's chest and it's going to stop him, I guarantee. But I hope that answers your question, but it's versatile the way I have it set up. And like I said, I bought it with the 9mm, and I did that on purpose, and I told you why. It was like, $270, whatever it was, with the gun, and it came with the one barrel. Then I ordered this barrel, and I still was in for a lot cheaper than buying, what do they call the 45 that they make, the Texan or something like that? I probably should have researched it, but I see them in the gun stores all the time, and they're pretty pricey. They're polished up nice and pretty, but yeah. All right, I hope that helped you. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. But yeah, can I recommend this? Absolutely. Anyway, God bless. Y'all have a good one.